Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunar Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight is Love and Astrology night. We're going to be looking at the Capricorn New Moon. It's coming in on January 18th. 18th, 19th, really depends on where you're at in the world. It is one of those middle of the night situations. So we're going to talk about that information. I'm going to read for the collective, and then I will offer some mini readings at the end. Please remember, we are live streaming on 3 platforms. So we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I see everybody starting to come in. Welcome, welcome. All right, guys, I'm going to jump over to my notes just really quickly. While everyone's coming in, get comfortable, grab a water. All right. So I am going to go over Capricorn New Moon information. I'm going to tell you what the themes are and what you'll need to do with this energy. We are going to go over each rising sign. So if you want to get your birth charts out as well. Thank you, Sandra. All right. I'm just pulling up my notes. We're going to go over it really quickly, and then we'll jump to the collective. It may be a little quiet tonight, guys. I know several of us are traveling, and there's just a lot going on right now. So I hope everyone is driving safely and having a good Tuesday. All right, here we go. Vanessa, welcome. All right, guys. So again, coming in on the 18th, 19th, it just depends on where you're at in the world. This is the first new moon of the year, and it's going to be a cosmic green light type of feeling. This isn't just any fresh start. It's a grounded, powerful invitation to build the life that you've been dreaming of, with major planets teaming up. So this moment is buzzing with energy to clarify your vision, strengthen your relationships, and take real world action. It's time to lay your foundation with the Capricorn New Moon. All right, so here's the key themes, and I did share this in the video tonight, so you may be able to follow along there and take some notes. This is what I feel the collective will be feeling with this particular new moon. You want to plant your legacy with this energy. This is the perfect moment to plant the seeds for your future. Think big about your career, your long-term dreams, and your disciplined steps to make them real. What do you want to build that lasts? You want to write your own rules at this time with the Capricorn New Moon. Forget outside expectations. This moon is asking, what does true success look and feel like to you? It's a time to define it by your own values and create a life that genuinely fits you. You're going to also revisit relationships. I feel like we do that almost with every transit these days, but it's very much a very powerful energy that's swirling around your closest connections. So expect meaningful conversations, renewed intimacy, and the chance to transform old patterns. It's about aligning who you love with what you value. Jenna, welcome. All right, we're also going to be looking at where clarity meets action. So the universe is handing you a focused beam of clarity. You want to cut through the noise, decide what you truly want, and take that first tangible step. Embrace change and feel the liberating energy that follows. All right, here's what you're going to do with this very powerful Capricorn New Moon energy. You want to set powerful intentions. Get clear and write it down. Journal or meditate on your biggest goals for the year. Be really specific about what you want to grow. Build your plan. Don't just dream, architect. So identify 1 or 2 practical, solid steps that you can take this week to support your ambition. Start that structure. That is going to be key. I feel like I should have probably highlighted this step or this what to do now energy, because it's all going to be about taking action. Your action has to match your words have to match your actions. So You're also going to connect with heart energy with the Capricorn New Moon. I think that's where the relationship comes into play. You want to look at your key relationships where you can invest your energy more deeply. Have that courageous talk that you've been needing to do, and of course, choose the connections that benefit you. Step into the new with this energy. Feel the shift in the air. I feel like I have felt the shift in the air. This is definitely a new chapter. You want to choose to be inspired by it, move forward with purpose, and let go of what's been holding you back. All right, so the bigger picture here. It's 2026's first new moon, and it's landing in a very determined Capricorn sign. It's uniquely connected to the innovative, future-focused energy of Aquarius, blending smart discipline with revolutionary thinking. It sets a foundational tone for your entire year. So you want to build with practicality and lead with authenticity, and then transform through connection. This is your moment. The sky is not pushing you, it's supporting you. And now's when you're going to take those first steps. All right, guys, get your charts out. We're going to talk about rising signs. I'm going to break them down, but I'm actually going to show you a picture. I want to talk about that shift in the air that I mentioned in that Capricorn New Moon energy. I didn't mean to do that. Hi, guys. Wrong button. I'm sorry. This picture right here. All right. So I know it says Russia, and I know that it says January 14th. It's the time zone that they're in, right? The GMT time. But I want you to look at that Schumann resonance that I took the snapshot of. The reason that this person is pointing out, now I drew the arrow on the screenshot that I took, but the reason that this person is pointing out this Schumann resonance is that big gap that you see. That gap came in around 2:45 a.m. till about 5 a.m. this morning. And I know they're looking at the end of it, which is the 14th, but today we're on the 13th, and that gap that you see on your screen came in at 2:45 a.m. and then went through till 5 a.m. this morning, and that's my time, so that's Central Time. I actually woke up at 3 a.m. I thought that was really significant. They do say when you see these particular, gaps or spots, blackouts. Yes, thank you, Sandra. A lot of people are correlating this with timeline jumping. And I can really see how that comes into play, right? So how many of you feel like the energy was really boiling up, getting very intense right before you went to bed last night, let's say, and then sometime around, again, I woke up at 3 a.m. So she said it started, I watch Erin Brown on TikTok, and she's on YouTube too, guys. So she's the one that I watched to tell me about the Schumann. But she was saying around 2:45 to 5 a.m., and you can definitely feel that something has shifted from that energy that was boiling like right before we went to bed. Sandra says, I was awakened at 2 a.m. this morning. Yes. Interesting, right? I think it was like right at 2:45 because I was like, oh, if I had made it a few more minutes, it'd be the witchy hour, right? But yeah, and then I stayed up, and the interesting part is that I went back to sleep at 5 a.m. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. All right, I'm still hitting all the wrong buttons over here. All right, we're not done, guys. Let's do your rising signs. All right, so everybody has their chart. Everybody knows what their rising sign is. Vanessa joining us on Facebook. Is it quiet? I mean, YouTube. Is it quiet over there on Facebook? All right, let me get back to the right page. Rosa, have mercy. Divine timing. Welcome. All right, guys. Charts out. Everybody knows their rising sign. Here we go. I'm going to start with Aries rising. We're looking at Capricorn New Moon coming in January 18th. Late 18th, early 19th, right? All right, so if you're an Aries rising, the house impacted for you is the 10th house of career, legacy, and public reputation. So your focus with the new moon is going to light up your professional summit. It's a powerful moment to set ambitious goals, define what true success means to you, and take a disciplined step toward leadership role or long-term legacy projects. The world is seeing your capability, so show them. All right, Taurus rising. The Capricorn New Moon is going to impact your ninth house of belief, expansion, and higher learning. So your focus here should be your horizons expanding at this time. This lunation invites you to plant seeds for a journey, physical, educational, or philosophical. So set intentions around publishing, advanced studies, travel, or embracing a belief system that structures your worldview and gives your life profound meaning. All right, Gemini rising, the house impacted for you is eighth house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. So your focus is going to be time for a powerful reset in the realms of depth and trust. So you want to set intentions around financial partnerships, investments, releasing old debts, and deepening emotional intimacy. This is about transforming what you share with others and building solid, lasting bonds of trust. Hi guys, Cancer rising. So if you're a Cancer rising like me, the house that is going to be impacted for us with the Capricorn New Moon is going to be our seventh house of partnerships and significant others. Yay! So our focus will be all about building strong and enduring relationships. This new moon is ideal for setting intentions around business partnerships, committed relationships, or formal contracts. It's a call to define what you truly need from a partner and take clear, mature steps towards that commitment. All right, Leo rising, the Capricorn New Moon is going to impact your sixth house of health, routines, and service. So your focus is going to be a mission. It's going to be a mission to build a rock solid daily foundation. So set practical goals for your wellness, work routines, and helpful skills. It's a time to structure your day for efficiency and vitality, perhaps launching a new health regimen or organizing your work life for greater mastery. All right, Virgo rising. Who was the Virgo rising? I saw someone. Jenna. All right, Jenna, here we go. Virgo rising, the house impacted for you, Jenna, is your fifth house of creativity, pleasure, and self-expression. So you want to get serious about your joy with this Capricorn new moon. It's going to ask you to set structured goals around creative projects, romance, hobbies, or time with children. It's about building a sustainable practice for your heart's expression and committing to the discipline that brings authentic playfulness to life. All right, Libra rising, house impacted for you is your fourth house of home, family, and foundations. So your focus is going to be the domestic world. Your domestic world is your launch pad. So you want to set intentions to build security at home. This could mean physical renovations, establishing new family traditions, or laying emotional foundations for greater privacy and support. It's about creating your sanctuary, Libra rising. All right, Scorpio rising is next. We have several of you that are Scorpio risings, right? My absolute favorite. Here we go. House impacted for you is going to be the third house of communication, mind, and your immediate environment. So the focus for Scorpio rising is structure, your thoughts and connections. You want to set goals for writing, speaking, learning, or local community projects. It's a potent time to start a disciplined study routine. So have important conversations with siblings and to organize your daily environment for clear thinking. I got a little bit of a message for Scorpio rising. So if you are a particular Scorpio rising in my particular tribe, yours is going to be conversations with your siblings. All right, Sagittarius rising. House impacted for you is going to be second house of income, values, and resources. So you want to build your value from the ground up. This new moon is perfect for setting tangible financial goals and starting side hustles, or even redefining what you truly value beyond money. So take a disciplined step toward increasing your resources and self-worth. Capricorn rising, the house impacted for you is first house of self, identity, and new beginnings. So your focus is going to be a whole personal new year. It's the universe handing you a blank slate for reinventing yourself. So set powerful intentions about who you want to become, your image, your personal goals, your approach to life, and take clear, ambitious action to build the you of the future. Second to last, Aquarius rising, your house that's impacted by the Capricorn New Moon is going to be the 12th house of spirituality, endings, and the subconscious. So your focus here is going to be your work. Very internal for you, Aquarius rising. This is preparing for a new cycle. So set intentions around releasing old patterns, committing to a spiritual or meditation practice, and listening to your dreams. Build structures for solitude and introspection. The clarity that you gain here will soon propel you forward. All right, Pisces rising. Last but not least, the house impacted for you is the 11th house of friends, groups, and long-term dreams. So your focus is going to be that this is a time to structure your hopes and alliances. You want to set goals for your community involvement, long-term aspirations, or friendships. And it's about building a reliable network that supports your vision and taking practical steps towards a heartfelt dream. All right, that's going to be all 12 rising signs. Oh, Sandra, I love you so much. I messed it up. Wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. All right. Look, I'm learning how to hit the buttons, though. You guys see that? How cool is that? I'm learning the things. All right, I'm going to do a quick collective, and then if you're still hanging around at the end, I will offer some mini readings. Guys, it's very possible. I noticed that the Capricorn New Moon is coming in. It's going to be the night of Sunday night to early Monday morning. So very possible that we'll do love and astrology on Sunday night. All right, let's get into it. Number 46, the thinking man, comes out for divine masculine energy. They're holding on to something of value. Angel of Love, number 49, comes out for divine feminine. Okay, so the Angel of Love, I'm using the Energy Oracle, and the Angel of Love Oracle, the Angel of Love card is a representation when unconditional love is needed. I was just telling Sandra earlier today, I feel like I'm struggling. All right, so it's weird how we go like through spiritual awakening journey, right? Like we have the whole breakdown, right? The breakdown of the foundation, the mind, whatever you want to call it. We call it spiritual awakening because it's like a nicer term. I mean, it is what's happening. We go through dark night of the soul, right? We come out of dark night of the soul. If you're having this particular type of spiritual awakening, Christ consciousness is where you're headed to next, right? We start learning all the things. We start purifying, cleansing ourselves. We start aligning with our purpose. We start surrendering to spirit and listening to our guidance, all of these things. And then in this time, it seemed like for me, I really was thrown into this like massive wave of empathy and understanding and compassion for everyone. Rosa before spiritual awakening, not so much, right? Rosa, oh, thank you, Sandra. It makes me so nervous. Rosa before spiritual awakening was angry, right? Mean, angry, mad, hated everyone. So I feel like that was the biggest like difference for me as like going through spiritual awakening, and it was like before spiritual awakening. I was just a lot more compassionate and a lot more empathetic and a lot more understanding to other people's everything, right? Their everything, their pain, their trauma, their emotions, everything. But what I feel like is happening now as 2025 has ended and we're working towards 2026 is that it's almost like we're toughening up. It's almost like we're putting on some type of armor. Tell me in the chat if you feel like that resonates. It's almost like Spirit's asking us to, it's not just about toughening up and it's not just about armor. It's also like discernment. It's also protective of our peace and our energy and all of that, right? So the reason that I think Angel of Love is here is because when you're struggling to understand someone or understand why someone does the things that they do, or when you feel hurt by someone, or when you feel like you're losing compassion and empathy, and understanding, that's when unconditional love comes into play, right? Well, I mean, I guess we have unconditional love all the time, right? Like when we always, that would be, it's unconditional. It would be endless all the time. I think that's where we need to focus when we feel like we're losing compassion and empathy and understanding, like when we feel like we're having to toughen up because someone is hurting us repeatedly. When we feel like we need to make stronger boundaries or protect our peace in a more powerful way. When that becomes challenging, like for me, it was hard because I was like, I don't want to go back to being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I like the Rosa that I am now. I don't want people to take advantage of my kindness either, though. You see what I'm saying? So it was like I'm riding this really tight line between what that is, right? And so I feel like the lesson with this is we're supposed to love unconditionally. I mean, yes, we're supposed to have compassion and understanding and empathy and all that stuff, but Spirit wants us to love unconditionally. So if we were loving unconditionally, it's like we would love regardless. Does that make sense? And that doesn't mean to continue to allow yourself to be walked on or hurt, because we've all learned that this journey, this particular type of spiritual awakening has taught us that we can love unconditionally from afar, right? I definitely feel like that's the energy for Divine Feminine. All right, so community comes out for the bridging energy. I feel like that's a lot of confirmation there too. The masculine understands they have something of value or they have something valuable that they're holding on to. They definitely could be overthinking something with the thinking man. Someone could also be teaching them something that they need to know or to learn. A lot of times, and really just in this past week, I feel like I've talked to a lot of you guys about separation and like the purpose of 3D physical separation. I think that a lot of us are seeing that the masculine has to learn certain lessons that we can't teach them, or we're just enabling, right? So it's like they have to have their own journey, they have to have their own path, they have to have their own lessons, their own mistakes, their own challenges, all that stuff, right? I think that is what's happening now. The feminine energy has pulled back and focused on themselves, definitely always sending unconditional love. The masculine energy understands that they have something going on, something happening. I don't think they've still figured out what it is or what to do with it, but they're currently learning lessons that the feminine energy, like, you don't want to be the one to teach them. The community card in the bridging energy really just says that you're gathering your soul tribe. You're gathering the people that respect you and value your worth, and like minds. You have the same goals. You're experiencing the same experiences. This may be different for the feminine energy and the masculine energy, right? Like, this may be like the soul tribe for the masculine is going to be different than the soul tribe for the feminine. All right, I'm going to clarify a little bit. I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot. I made the mistake of turning that fan on over there, and it's blowing my hair. It keeps tickling my face. So this says, loving others is easy for me, but loving myself is a challenge. But I'm starting to realize my worth. How many parts is there? Is that the one that has the 7 parts? So 5 of Cups comes out for the Divine Masculine. It just says that Divine Masculine could be experiencing some type of loss. It's Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They're struggling. That's why they're holding the gem in their hand. They're struggling to alchemize. They've lost something. And they're struggling. The masculine energy could be struggling to find the positive. I burped. Confirmation. It's more than that. Find the positive, but understand that there's something they still carry with them. All right, let's look at Angel of Love. All right, Queen of Wands comes out for the feminine energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You want to offer kindness and compassion and understanding and empathy, but not at the loss of your peace, sanity, well-being. Be confident that you can do something on your own. Be ready to move quickly. Divine Feminine, be ready to move quickly. The little dog is sticking out to me. All right. Page of Wands comes out for community, so I think that's just confirmation. Page of Wands is spiritual awakening. It's baby steps. Go slow. I don't think it's about going slow. I think it's about taking action, but maybe it's a small action. It could even be some type of small offer. Could be learning who your soul tribe or soul family even is. You could be removing some immature. Page of Wands reverse could definitely be like immature energy. Pages are never at their fullest potential, but Page of Wands is like someone who takes action without thinking it through. So there's definitely something about taking action, but you're planning something, you're thinking something through, and definitely could have something to do with inner circle. I see the Fallen card from the Tree of Life Oracle. I have the Elder card and the Knot card. The Elder card is number 22, and it's on page 68 of the Tree of Life Oracle. Experience, knowledge, care, depth, passive action. Ooh, that's it, right? Passive action. Self-assurance, endurance, patience, irritability, afraid of death, weakness, regrets, and patience. In selecting this card, it's a sign of wisdom in you is growing. Tree of Life Elder is always with you. This is an ancient and eternal aspect of self, silent, watchful, and knowing. This ancient one will warn you when you're going astray and will gently nudge you back to safety or smack you hard. Either way, Tree of Life Elder knows the role of senior members is to reinforce the younger ones by sharing knowledge. Elders remind you of what you know deep down. You know all you need to know deep inside. Tree of Life Elder is that aspect within. I definitely feel like there's something going on with masculine. And I know that like I have my own information, like from my own journey, but I feel like the masculine energy could be getting some spankings for sure. It's like they're doing something that they know better. They're doing it because they're still in the Five of Cups energy, that low vibrational, that I don't know, I'm not happy with what I have left, so I'm just gonna sit here and be upset instead of, move forward with what I have. All right, let's look at the Knot card. This definitely could be like split guidance. I mean, I did feel like I needed to pull the bottom of the deck as well, which was the Knot. The Knot is like, can you guys see it? It's like the big, like hole in the middle of the tree trunk. All right, so it's number 2 and it's on page 8. The keywords are discovery, recovery, truth, clarity, hidden knowledge, mystery, and deception. It says, are you all in knots? Tree of Life knot card is here to help you with concerns you may have. What is hidden wants to be discovered. Mystery and intrigue motivate you and stirs your curiosity to learn and connect with the divine and eternal within. Spirit is everywhere, waiting for us to ask to be healed and to have release from shame, for truths to be brought into the light. If someone experiences in life have injured you emotionally or physically, this is a time for healing. It may be that a relationship, school or work life, social situations, or health matters have become the source of angst and pain. Difficulties may diminish with self esteem and self perception, keeping you or aspects of yourself knotted up inside. These challenges to self esteem and self worth will eventually be your best friend as you overcome them. For in overcoming, you will learn what your strengths are and what to avoid in life that is damaging or not optimal for you. Big confirmation, right? Because the divine feminine, learning how to love unconditionally, learning that you don't have to go fix everyone's problems, learning that protecting your peace is the most important, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there. That's going to be the collective. I hope that was helpful, guys. Let me know if anybody wants to do, we're doing Capricorn New Moon energy. I'm going to pull an energy oracle for anyone interested. Um, all I'm gonna say is, Sandra, you inspire me. You inspire me. All right. Let me go move this fan. Okay. Ooh, short and sweet tonight. All right. New moon energy. New moon energy. I see you guys. Divine timing. Was it 111 portal? I can't remember. We went to do, I want to say it was the 111. All right, let's do Sandra first. Me too, Jenna. Accept a happy new year, wishing nothing. Nothing from us. I feel like that's a lot of us. A lot of us are going long periods of time. Some of us okay with that. Some of us not so okay with that. I don't know, guys. There's a reason for everything. Was it the 111? I figured you did. I figured you did. I feel like we all do. All right, let's do Sandra's. Sometimes, like I remember one time we were doing them and I got to it because normally Spirit doesn't let me. Like if you're not there anymore. So one time I remember we got to it and I just did it anyway. I was telling Messina earlier, like, I swear I'm such a rebel. I don't recommend it. But Yeah, I was rebelling. And I was like, I'm going to do it anyway. And I did it. And I think I sent you like the timestamp to let you know that we had, done that reading. But yeah, I forgot we can't click on the comment because it'll block the whole camera. So that's why I couldn't do it. 111 came, and when I called your name, I got like a little, like I was getting ready to jump and be like, oh, I'm going to do it anyway. And then I heard it right away, like I can't. So I was like, I'm going to listen this time. All right. One card, spirits. New energy for Sandra. Ooh. Rest and rejuvenation comes out. So I think the Capricorn New Moon for you is going to be, remember when we were looking, was it rising signs? What were we looking at? For you, it's going to be the home situation. It's going to be about feeling like you have a sanctuary, like you have a peaceful place that you can meditate, that you can rest and rejuvenate. And here's what happens, guys. I want you guys to, especially when I know we were taking like counterpart energy into play when we were looking at the collective reading. We're really just supposed to be looking at our internal masculine and feminine energies. I know it's really hard to do that, especially when you have someone who awakened you, right? But I want you to pay attention to that masculine energy because the masculine energy is experiencing some pretty extreme tower moments. The Five of Cups gave it away. The Five of Cups is one of my least favorite cards in tarot. I think that's like the nicest way I can say that. It's a very painful card. It's a card of loss and despair. It's not necessarily a tower. I think the reason we didn't see a tower is because it's possible that they've already experienced the tower, or it's possible that there's multiple towers happening for the masculine energy. All right, so here's what I'm going to tell you. As the masculine energy, it is your job to, and this is for everyone, not just Sandra, it is your job to protect and provide. That's what the masculine energy does. The feminine energy is the nurturer and caretaker, right? The masculine protects and provide. If your masculine energy is wounded, if you don't feel courageous, if you don't feel brave, if you don't feel like you are capable of protecting and providing, then you are in wounded masculine energy. If your feminine is rising and your masculine is struggling to rise, fighting it, staying stagnant, you're going to experience tower moments. And again, I'm talking to everybody, not just Sandra. That's what happens. That's how it works, okay? So it's like when you fight and you don't surrender and you go against like what you know you're supposed to be doing, eventually you have tower moments. The longer you wait, the bigger the tower moment is, okay? So I think Capricorn New Moon for you, Sandra, is going to be about rest, rejuvenation, but also that sanctuary, having a sanctuary, like a peaceful home, a place that you can rest and rejuvenate. And I think that if you're not taking, even if it's small action, because remember we saw that Page of Wands, so even if you're not taking like small action, any action, something, there's going to be something that you need to be doing to make your home a sanctuary, then you're going to experience tower moments, because either way, the Capricorn New Moon is going to cause you to rest and rejuvenate. So you want to keep that in mind as it's getting closer. It's very possible that you'll experience tower moments that will clear the obstacles that were blocking you from being able to rest and rejuvenate in your sanctuary, right? All right, I hope that was helpful. Hostilities is on the bottom. All right, Vanessa is next. Here's what I'll say about the Capricorn New Moon. It's a hard moon. It's a challenging moon, but it's going to make your life easier. Like whatever happens, I feel like I almost don't want to say that. Whatever challenges or obstacles you have to overcome, when you overcome them, you're going to be stronger, wiser, braver, smarter, all of those things, and your road will be smoother, right? Jenna, let me know if you wanted to do new energy reading. All right, Vanessa, here we go. Ready? Strategy comes in for you. It's number 21. That could be a date. The new moon comes in 18th, 19th, but something about the first could be very significant. Like I saw like a calendar with the 21 in the corner, like a date, you know what I mean? Journal log is here. Also very possible that Spirit's asking you to write something down. Also very possible that you've already wrote something down. If you journal, the 21st could be significant. No, that's December 21st. What happened on the 21st? Was that the solstice? I want to say something happened December 21st, but I'm having brain fart. I want to say it was solstice energy. It's also when Capricorn season started, right? Something about that could have something to do with a plan, with a strategy, with a journal entry. There could be a plan in the journal entry. The feather pen is definitely sticking out to me. Yin Yang is on the bottom. It's number 22. Look at that, 21 and 22. I think that you're coming up with a new strategy when it comes to your twin flame journey. It could have something to do with something that happened around December 21st, or it could have something to do, Vanessa, with someone that was around December 21st. The yin yang card does say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be and you're experiencing exactly what you're supposed to be experiencing. Jenna, interested in new energy. All right, divine timing. Thank you, Vanessa. Sweet, thank you. Caring Connection comes out as number 14. Do you have someone around you who is a Capricorn? Do you have someone around you that you're in a specific relationship or a caring connection? a really close friend, a soul tribe, a soul family member, a best friend. Bottom of the deck, strategy again. I did see that storm warning card. I'm not going to dig through there, but I saw it. I think it's possible that you have a close friend, person. Okay, you may not even. The caring connection card in the energy oracle, it actually talks about two people that like meet in a work environment or like a teamwork environment. They're doing something together. They have the same goal. They like respect each other and their ideas, and they want to work together, right? They're very charismatic towards each other. Sometimes here it is, because I'm hearing the ding ding ding. Sometimes people think that you're more than what you are. Like maybe sometimes people think that you're in a relationship with this person. Maybe you've never been in a relationship with this person. Maybe you were a long time ago and you're not anymore, but it's like you're not in a relationship with them now, but people may think that you are. I don't know. I feel like you're fixing to tell me there is nobody. But I'm thinking that the Capricorn New Moon, it could definitely be a work situation. Capricorn is the natural ruler of the 10th house, and 10th house is career and reputation. I feel like there's someone that maybe like you don't see it coming. Maybe you think you're just friends. Maybe this is someone from your past that you think, that's over and done with, something like that. Capricorn New Moon could come in and give you some type of new plan, especially with the strategy card being on the bottom. Like, let's say it's something that didn't work before. Maybe it's like, this is the new way. This is how it's going to work now, right? Let's say you've never been in a relationship with this person and like you never even saw this coming, or you didn't think that they felt that way, something like that. It's like you don't understand or you don't see but like their feelings or like whatever has been there for however long, and it's like they're the one that is strategizing or planning, like how do I tell, how do I come closer, something like that. All right, very interesting. I'm gonna leave that right there. Thank you. Jeez, I was stressing it. So interesting. They're coming up with a plan. You don't have to do anything, right? How awesome is that? All right, Jenna. Jenna is next. Wow. I don't know. It just made my heart like, oh. Then that just means that like there's gonna be a purpose, right? Like there's a purpose for the thing. Yeah. But tell me, the one thing where I was like hearing the bells, do people think that you've known each other for a long time, or do people think that you work really well together, or is there just like a spark, like I don't know how to explain it, like it's just very charismatic energy. All right, Jenna, let's look at your new energy. What's coming in for you? And I mean, too, it's possible that like you don't even know, like the person you're thinking of could definitely be like someone else, you know what I mean? And then there could be, because I got this feeling like they're not sharing how they feel. You know what I mean? Like they're not going, hey, divine timing, I think whatever about you. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're being quiet about it. Hush, hush. Which I mean, I guess it would make sense if it is that person. But I kind of felt like it was almost like they're coming up with a plan to be able to tell you. So it's like someone who maybe you don't even know, like they're kind of like in the background. You're focused on this person, and like they're still back there, just kind of like trying to gain the courage. I don't know. All right, Jenna, here we go. New energy coming in for Jenna. The Thinking Man comes back out. I feel like we're seeing a lot of cards over and over. The Thinking Man is when you're trying to figure out something, you have something of great value, and maybe you don't know it, or maybe you're trying to figure out like what to do with it. It could definitely be an energy of overthinking. I'm getting this energy like, you ever worry about something that you didn't have to worry about? Like, for example, I think that you're worrying about something because something has happened, but it's not what you're worrying about. And in the end, this could have something to do with counterpart energy as well. In the end, okay, so let's say, like, for example, you're like, he's quiet. You're welcome, divine timing. A lot of times when that happens, I was just saying this to someone. I was telling someone, like, if someone like stops talking to you, or you feel like you haven't heard from someone in a long time, a lot of times that's more to do with something that's happening in their life. It's something that's happening to them that maybe they don't want you to know about. And then that's why they pull back or pull away, right? And a lot of times when that happens, we'll be sitting there like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, why are they not talking to me? What's, like, what's wrong? What happened? Whatever. And it has nothing to do with you, or like what you did or didn't do. It's more about like what's happening in their life and what they don't want you to know about, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting there. The Deceit card is on the bottom, so I feel like that's big confirmation, because it's the man behind the curtains. You know what I mean? So it's like trying to portray that they're stronger or braver or something than they are, but definitely like keeping something hidden, or like, not showing all their cards type of energy, right? Divine timing says, I'm ready to find out. Made me a little nervous. Do you have like when you experience spiritual awakening, did you like have a person that woke you up, or like what caused you to experience your spiritual awakening, divine timing? Tell me. I mean, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but if you feel like sharing, let me know in the chat. One thing that I've noticed, and I don't know if people are like manifesting their twins, or if it's like the essence of that energy moving, you know what I'm saying, to like a different soul, a different person, a different being, whatever. I don't know all the science around it, right? But I can tell that it seems like when people come in and they have, like, let's say you have a bad car accident and you have spiritual awakening. Let's say you did a bunch of cool drugs and you have spiritual awakening. Let's say you drank like a fish, right, and had spiritual awakening. I mean, all those things could cause spiritual awakening, right? It doesn't have to be like another person that, totally F's you up. That's just my story, right? But a lot of us here, I mean, that is the story. It's like we have a counterpart, someone that awakened us. But there are a few of you I've noticed that like you awakened either through whatever trauma. And then as you're learning about your awakening through this particular journey, it's like you sense the essence of your counterpart energy, whether it's your own inner masculine or feminine energy or not, in other people. And then I think I'm not the scientist here. Like, I don't have all the, I keep telling people, like, one day I'll ask Jesus when I get up there. I've got so many questions, right? And he won't be able to run. He'll have to answer my questions, right? But I feel like sometimes people are almost like manifesting interactions or manifesting unions, things like this, right? So I'm just, like I said, just my observations of things that I've noticed since starting PLR, right? All right, Jenna, I hope that was helpful. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys very much. I hope the Capricorn New Moon information is helpful as well. Like I said, we're going to do all 12 signs. We're looking at the week of the 18th through the 24th, guys. So Capricorn New Moon coming in the 18th, 19th. I think Sunday night I may do a love and astrology where we pull up the Capricorn New Moon. Maybe we'll do a vertical because, okay, so do you guys remember how I made the little circle and I made my picture like on the side over there? I'm not going to do it right now, but in that other live that we did. Okay, so I've learned how to make my picture, like my camera, into a circle, and then I've learned how to put it in the middle of the screen. And then I figure, like, if we do a vertical, I could put like the picture of the chart of the new moon up, and then I could point to all the things. I could be like, here's your new moon, you know what I mean? Opposite, actually be together. The sun, and then I could show you like where Mercury is, and I could point. I just thought that would be like super cool. So we may do that Sunday night with love and astrology, but I'll be back on Thursday night at 8 p.m. because we're going to do all 12 signs looking at the Capricorn New Moon. That is the biggest cosmic influence the week the 18th through the 24th. So again, that'll be Thursday night if you guys want to come and join me. If you can't make it, no worries. The timestamps are always in the description box, and the watch time definitely helps my channel, right? All right, guys. Again, if you're new, make sure to hit the notification bell to all. So if we do pop on Sunday night with music and tarot, we will do some free and paid mini readings and play some music in the background, right? Yes, always fun. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for coming in, hanging out. I appreciate you guys very, very much. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.